I wake up in the morning, and like most people, my first instinct is to grab my phone. But I remind myself, no matter how high I turn up that brightness, the light from my phone will never be strong enough to kickstart that natural cortisol rise my body needs. And without that early light signal, I won't feel as alert and focused through the day, nor will my sleep at night be as deep and restorative. So instead of scrolling, I get out of bed and step outside. If it's a clear morning and the sun is low in the sky, what we call a low solar angle, I know I'm catching it at the perfect time. And if there's cloud cover, even better, because cloudy mornings still give me that powerful dose of light energy, those photons that my brain and body are craving. On clear days, when I can see exactly where the sun is, I don't need to stare directly into it. If it's low on the horizon, it's gentle enough to glance at. But once it's higher and brighter, I just look in the direction of the sun without forcing my eyes. Blinking is perfectly fine. It won't ruin the effect. The only rule is never look at any light, sunlight, or otherwise that feels painfully bright. You could damage your eyes. For this morning practice, skip the sunglasses. Glasses or contacts are absolutely fine, even if they have UV protection. There are so many wavelengths of sunlight available that your brain still gets the signal it needs. The goal is simple: step outside within the first 5 to 15 minutes of waking, but at least within the first hour. Now, here are 3 critical things to remember about this practice. First, it's not pseudoscience. Morning sunlight viewing is grounded in physiology, backed by hundreds of peer-reviewed studies. It's the most powerful tool to feel more awake during the day and to fall asleep more easily at night. Second, if you wake up before sunrise, artificial lights are useful to help you feel awake, but once the sun is up, nothing replaces the real thing. Ordinary indoor lights are simply not bright enough to trigger the biological systems your brain needs in the morning. Ironically, though, those same weak lights are still strong enough to wreck your sleep if you stare at them late at night. Third, how much time do you need? It depends on the weather and where you live. On a clear day, 5 minutes is enough. With light cloud cover, aim for 10 minutes. On heavily overcast or rainy days, you may need 20-30 minutes outdoors. And remember, don't try to cheat by sitting behind a window or windshield. It won't work. You need to step outside. If safety or weather prevents it, then standing near a window is your last resort. But whenever possible, let the real morning sun hit your eyes. Not your screen, not your lamp, the sun. This simple daily habit resets your circadian rhythm, boosts your alertness, and primes your body for deep sleep at night. It's one of the most powerful and natural tools we all have, and it's free. First, it's not pseudoscience. Morning sunlight viewing is grounded in physiology, backed by hundreds of peer-reviewed studies. When I say this is the most powerful tool for wakefulness, I mean it literally sets the tone for your brain and body from the very moment you step outside. The second that natural sunlight enters your eyes, it hits special cells in the retina that aren't just about vision, they're about signaling to your brain. Wake up, it's daytime, it's time to be alert. These are called intrinsically photosensitive ganglion cells, and they respond most strongly to natural sunlight, not to the dim, narrow-spectrum light that comes from your phone or indoor bulbs. When these cells are triggered, they send a signal straight to your hypothalamus, the master clock of your body, and that master clock starts a cascade that elevates cortisol in just the right amount, the healthy natural rise that you need early in the day to feel clear-headed and motivated. This is not the same cortisol spike you hear about from stress. This is the rise your biology expects, the rise that tells every organ system, every cell, every hormone in your body that it's time to get going. Without that signal, you're dragging your physiology through the morning, relying on caffeine, sugar, or distractions to do what sunlight could have done in a few minutes. With that signal, your metabolism starts firing at the right pace, your immune system gets its daily cue, and your brain sets the timer that decides when you'll naturally feel sleepy later that night. You might think sleep begins when your head hits the pillow, But the truth is, your sleep begins the moment you wake up, because the quality of your sleep at night depends on whether your body got the right sunlight exposure in the morning. It's a 24-hour feedback loop, and ignoring it is like expecting your phone to charge without plugging it in. What's even more powerful is that this morning, sunlight acts like an anchor for your entire circadian rhythm. Your body has clocks in almost every tissue: your liver, your gut, your skin, even your heart, and all of them take cues from the master clock in your brain. But the only way that master clock knows the day has started is by light entering your eyes in the morning. You could eat at the same time every day. You could train at the same time every day. But if you skip that sunlight exposure, your circadian rhythm drifts, and you start to feel foggy, restless, and out of sync. That's why people who don't get morning light often struggle with insomnia, low energy, and mood swings, because their body is literally confused about what time it is. So think about it. Hundreds of studies across neuroscience, endocrinology, sleep medicine, all pointing to the same conclusion. Morning light is the switch. It is the single most effective, natural, and free way to create energy during the day and deeper sleep at night. People spend money on supplements, on sleep gadgets, on energy drinks. But if you ignore this one basic step, you are skipping the foundation. No pill, no app, no coffee can replace the biological impact of sunlight hitting your eyes in the morning. And the beauty of it is, it doesn't take hours. Just a few minutes of direct, natural light can shift your entire physiology into the right gear, align your brain with your body, and give you that unmistakable sense of being alive, focused, and ready to go.